Hello everyone, I'm Stefan Lukic and this is my recording of Simple Present Tense. Let's begin our lesson. In the beginning of our lesson, I will teach you the four main uses of the Simple Present Tense. That is to talk about habits and routines, permanent situations, facts about the world, and very important, talking about states with the state verbs. First, what is the Simple Present Tense? Quite simply, it's the most basic tense in English and it's very easy. You just take a subject and you add a verb. A subject is the word like I, you, we, they, he, she, it, or names like Mike or Emma. Let's take I for now and let's add a verb, drink. Let's complete the sentence so it sounds meaningful. I drink tea every morning. Now, what does that sentence mean? Well, when I say I drink tea every morning, you know that I do that action repeatedly. When we talk about habits or routines, we normally use this kind of expressions. The word every, for example, is very common in the phrases like every morning, every afternoon, every month, etc. You can also use prepositions like in or on, as in Mike visit his parents on weekends. And then there are expressions like once a week, 3 times a year, etc. Apart from these expressions, we also use what we call frequency adverbs. For example, Emma usually has a dinner at 8:30. The word usually is a frequency adverb. There are many other like this. For example, always means that it happens all the time. Word never means that it does not happen at all. And then there are adverbs like usually, often, and some of them are more neutral like sometimes. Like Alex sometimes play video games. And then there are negative frequency adverbs like rarely, as I rarely watch TV, meaning that I watch TV very, very little. The second use of the simple present tense is to talk about permanent situations. What do we mean by that? Well, I have a brother and my brother lives in United States of America. It means that my brother lives there permanently. So we are talking about something that is not going to change. A common mistake is to say my brother is living in United States. If you use an ing or continuous form, that makes the situation temporary. When you want to talk about permanent situation, remember always to use simple present, not continuous tense. Let's move to the third use of the simple present tense, and that is to talk about facts. What are the facts? They are the statements about the world that are true. So here are some of the examples. Water boils at 100 degrees of Celsius. Birds fly. 2 plus 2 equals 4. These are all true statements, and there are also permanent situations. In fact, they are really permanent situations because they always have been true and they are never going to change. The only difference is that these are not personal situations. They talk about the world. With these as well, we use only simple present tense. Now, let's talk about states with the state verbs. What are the states? Well, for example, I want a chocolate. Important thing to say is that I cannot say I'm wanting the chocolate. But why is that? If you remember, I said I drink tea every morning. That is a habit. But if I had a tea right now, I could say I'm drinking the tea because it's happening right now. In the same way, I want chocolate right now, but it's not a habit or a permanent situation, it is right now. But still, I can't say I'm wanting the chocolate. To understand why is that, you need to know the difference between activities and states. Activity is something that we do physically. It's an action. So the verb drink is the real physical action. But the verb want, it's not like that. You don't start and finish wanting. And you can't do it continuously because it's not an action. So that's why it is a state. We don't normally use state verbs in ing or continuous form. We use them only in the simple present tense. As we saw that want is a state verb. In the same way other verbs express wants and likes also. You might say, for example, Susan loves to sing, or I hate crowded places. Since these verbs are also state verbs, it's very important to remember not to use the ing form.